We're not a student, and I couldn't remember. Okay, fantastic. As I was saying, today we're going to have an introduction, yes, to the Renaissance music. Yes, curious, beautiful music, but.
Sorry.
Thank you for the background music, but
Sorry.
at least play Renaissance. Okay, fantastic. So we're going to have an introduction to Renaissance art, but a little bit from the historical and cultural perspective first. Yes, so it's not going to be a long lesson, but at least we are going to introduce a little bit more into this music. Yeah. So 15th century, yes. Now, the historical framework that places the 15th century as the end of the Middle Ages and the beginning of the Renaissance period contains certain milestones, such as the decline of the medieval scholastic mentality and its replacement by a new humanist paradigm, humanism. The invention of the printing press, I mean, I'm just naming very few things, yes, very few things. The invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg, yes, let's remind this guy because it's very important in history, in 1415 more or less, and the fall of the Byzantine Empire in 1453, and the discovery of America by Christopher Columbus. I used the word discovery, yes, if someone wants to discuss about this topic, not in this lesson, yes. The discovery of America by Christopher Columbus in 1492. He traveled to America and he discovered what people there, basically. Yeah. So the other thing is that Johannes Gutenberg is a huge thing. I don't know if you knew when the printing press was invented. Yeah. But please remember that day because it's kind of a deal breaker in the history of mankind. The printing press. You know why?
I think I cannot see again the question.
Okay.
Say it again.
I mean, why do you think that the printing press is such a big deal?
Because the
Why should I
printing
mean
press,
I put Christopher the discovery of America and the printing press on the same level.
they could spread knowledge more
Yeah,
efficiently.
exactly. Before every single book was written by hand. It took years. I don't know. I mean, it took a long time. Yeah, to print one book. So knowledge was very limited. Yes. Since this guy, Johannes Gutenberg, so please remember the name, yeah, in 1415, is a circa 1415 more or less, and from the year that he invented it, until it was popularized, yes, it didn't happen one day. Many things, even Lutheranism, Lutheran church, let's say, got spread out, let's say, thanks for these inventions. Many things happened, yes, thanks to this person. Yeah, so yes, exactly. The printing press is a huge deal in Europe. Yeah. Within the arts, the Renaissance is considered an Italian phenomenon. Yeah, developed by the patrons of the Quattrocento. The Quattrocento is the short of 1400. Yeah, by the way. And explorers of the rest of Europe throughout the 16th century. Yes, if you want to know more, of course, you always can dig deeper. Yes, in the history of these people, they were quite important. Yes, they were. If you see the art of Italy, very briefly, you're going to realize that there were patrons of a lot of very important artists, yes, that they have created. I mean, thanks to them, yeah, we have numerous artistic, yes, paintings and sculptures. Thanks to these people basically favor them and, well, in a nutshell, paid for it. Yeah. So the pages of the Quattrocento are quite important in this period. When they say it's an Italian phenomenon, do you know any city that comes to your mind that is important, that always is considered to be as very important in the nation? Sorry?
Florencia.
Yeah, Firenze, Florencia, Florence, amazing. Yes, Anna, exactly. It's the city of the Renaissance. The. What do you say, Georgios?
Nothing.
Okay.
Wrong,
Pardon?
wrong answer. Ignore me.
Well, Anna has an advantage here. Yes, because in the arts is, the first city that you see is that one. Yeah. If you have any chance to go to that city, please go. Yes, at least once in your life. Upon this vision, the Renaissance is understood as the discovery of classical Greco-Latin culture, a new paradigm supported by a concept of beauty and balance centered around the human being and his senses. So, well, about this, well, maybe Anna knows a little bit about this. When they say centered around the human being and his senses, basically humanism, yeah. What do you think that they refer to? From history, from what you know about Renaissance, or you don't? Do you know anything about this? The difference between medieval and Renaissance art, centered about humans.
I suppose it's a contradiction to the previous medieval, which the human didn't play that much, wasn't that important.
Yeah,
Enough.
exactly.
It's also
Sorry, Yana, I can't hear.
it's also for a religious purpose. In the Middle Ages, people were focusing on God and everything. The music is about God. The churches and the architecture is about showing the power of God. But in here, that is not important anymore. They're focusing on the human characteristics of spirituality. So the art is focused on humans, the study of the bodies, the paintings and the architecture and everything that's related to that is just a study of the body movement. It's just more focused on the human rather than on a deity.
Fantastic, very well explained, Anna. Exactly. Exactly. If you go to, let's say, very quickly, this is extremely quick. Yes, but medieval art examples. Images. Very quickly. Yes. But I put medieval art. And then very quickly we see that it's all religious. Yeah. That's what Google presents. Yeah, this is very brief. Yes, but it makes a point. Yeah. And also even the art itself, the humans are not very naturally portrayed in general.
And they look very similar.
And they look very similar, because it was not the center of attention. The center of attention was not the human. It was actually what they wanted to convey, to transmit, which was a religious purpose. Yes, that's why. Exactly. Now, Renaissance art examples also very clear. They say Renaissance, no high Renaissance, just Renaissance. Yes. That's why this is especially very, very, very brief. Yes. We're going to quickly see that this changes quite dramatically. Yeah. Like, for example, this. Well, first of all, it's more, now you can just see that, even if you don't know the names of the painters, yes, or the names of the paintings, you have seen this, I'm sure. Yes, I mean, this you have seen, this you have seen, this you most probably have seen, this you most probably have seen, this you have seen, this one, yes. So exactly like I said, it's centered first of all about the body, about the expressions, about the naturalism. For example, if you see this, yes, Italian Renaissance. What's the difference between this phase and the Gothic? Well, not Gothic art. Gothic is too specific. Medieval art that we just saw.
It's more expressive, the face, and there is profundidad. And they're painting the deities naked, which is something that it was horribly seen before, but now it's like normal.
Yeah,
to show that they look like us.
Exactly. I mean, when they say naked, it's because it's not, the nudity because it was human centered. So that's part of the human. Yes. Fantastic. Very good. And then the expression was on the foreground. Yes. When I say expression, is talking about naturalism, yes, humanism. So the senses. So that was the focus, just the focus of that particular period. Yes. Now we can talk about, we can talk about many things. We can talk about different periods of the Renaissance, but this is not the purpose of the lesson. Yes. I think I'm sharing the right thing. Am I sharing the right thing? Yeah. Historical frame. Yes. Am I sharing the right thing? Yes. I am. So that's basically it. So if we briefly differentiate, yes, the Renaissance has certain characteristics. One is, like Anna said, the abandonment of religious, centered mentality, secularism, let's say, humanism, so human centered, so or a rebirth, like the hope, let's say, yes, that everything that the human would bring something, something new, yes, something good. There's a focus on the people and patrons, yes, the birth of the bourgeois, yeah. So that's why the patrons started. Yes, the people that were not in the church that basically could pay, yeah, for art. That's why the patrons of the Quattrocento. There were many, but these, people specifically were extremely important. Yeah. So if you want to study one, just go and study this one. Yes. There were many. Yes. So that's mainly it. And then there was a search of what we call the suavitas that we're going to see. What is that? So on the other hand, the abandonment of medieval polyphony. This is more centered about music. Against the Ars Nova reacted with manifest contempt. Yeah. Developing a softer and more melodious sound, suavitas. Yes. Also, if you want to search about that more specifically, yes, just click here. Yeah. So remember Schoenberg that he said something about the reaction between us against the fifths. So this is mainly what happened. Yes, they are not reacted really, really badly against, yes, what the polyphony represented, which was the perfect consonance. Yeah. The new style already codified in 1477 by the theorist Johannes Tinctoris welcomes the imperfect consonances, thirds and sixths, whose origin is located in the consonants anglois. practiced in the British Isles and imported to the continent by John Dunstable at the beginning of the 15th century through France, actually. So this person is particularly important in history. Yes, he was a lutist, he was a lute player, but it's English. And then he traveled to France. Yes, we don't know if, I mean, I'm sure that he was not the only one who invented or he used the thirds. Yes, but when he traveled to France, and France was a very important country back then as well, culture-wise, the thirds and the sixths started to be popularized quite a lot. Yes, and they started to be used through Europe. Yes. Here we have a quarter piece, yes, from him. And then just try to see how many thirds and sixths in, I mean, remember there are some typical examples, yes, are we using here? Yeah. Let me see if we can. One more time, sorry. Great. So this is a piece called a motet. The motet we started seeing this last lesson that comes from the French mot word. Yes. So now the text, the word starts to become very, very important. Yes. So the first thing we notice, even from the beginning, the use of intervals of sixths and thirds are everywhere. Everywhere. Have you noticed something weird before the cadences? Something that's, when I say weird, yes, something that strikes your attention.
Like the C sharp,
The C sharp.
the end of the page.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Yeah, the C sharp, or for example,
F
you have
sharp.
B flat and B natural. So in harmony, if you do this, what would I tell you? Or what would I not? Well, we haven't seen it, but yes, but
What's the term? Bad
false relations.
Yeah.
Yes, the false relations. So they were actually they still were common there. Yes, because each one of the voices, you know, were independent from each other. Still, the vertical thinking, yes, was not there. So yes, but it wasn't. It's always closer to the cadences, not everywhere. Yes, because this is when you alter when you're dealing with, for example, with melodic scales, with harmonic scales, you will alter not everywhere, but towards the cadence. And if a voice was still with the, let's say, the natural, what we call natural, still with the natural scale, let's say, and the other one was approaching the cadence because they will approach it exactly at the same time, yes, and you would alter that note, that will cause false relations. Yes, just to put your, yeah.
It's a cadence in F.
Yeah.
Huh.
And several. Well, that is what we're going to see about the Renaissance. That's a good point, Orios. Tonality, remember, yes, is not yet crystallized. Yeah, so it's modality. So the proper modulation, and then we're going to see what proper modulation is. It's going from mode to mode, not from tonality to tonality. So you could start in Dorian, then go to Lydian, then go to Aeolian, then come back to Lydian, and finally go to Dorian again. Or Phrygian, and then Ionian, then Aeolian, and then back again. Yeah. Okay, so we see also that is as well. We call suavitas. It's something more melodious, something more pleasant to the ear. Let's say. Yes, to hear. Those the first and the sixth added that to the music. Yeah. And everything thanks to this apart. Yeah. So the Conference Angloise or English manner is a distinctive style of polyphony developed in the 15th century England, which uses full, rich harmonies based on the third and the sixth. It was highly influential in the fashionable Burgundian court of Philip the Good, and on European music of the era. Yeah, just a little quote of Wikipedia. Okay, now the polyphonic discourse of the Renaissance period. Since the beginning of the polyphony with the organum, the central concept of the polyphonic technique was to superimpose different or overlap different melodic lines, each offering its distinctive personality. This was the core, yes, of the Ars Nova. The polyphonic texture differentiates of the cacophonic one as it employs specific criteria that organizes the superimposition of the voices. Not cacophonic, what is cacophonic? Well, you should know, Georgios.
Like
What caco?
dissonance, bad. That's what it means, but I don't understand.
Yeah, if you don't have any criteria, you superimpose voices, you're going to have something cacophonic, something bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caco, bad. Bad sounds. Yeah.
Unexpected. Okay.
So that's when you say cacophony, it's like when there are a lot of people talking over each other. Yes. Oh my God, this is a cacophony of of people. That is what. Yeah.
Because polyphony is harmonious, let's say.
Well, it's many or poly, as you.
But because it says poly and kako, I said why? Cacophony is also polyphonic in a way. It's just bad polyphonic.
Exactly, but it says bad. Yeah, I mean, caco is bad, but that's why it doesn't have any criteria. When you have a criteria, you have something good.
Mm.
Unless we have calophony.
Polyphony.
Caliphony. Okay, so for the rest, sorry, can you explain what is the difference between caco and calo for the rest? Because I think the rest of the people are being left out. Curious.
Caco is bad, calo is good.
There you go. Fantastic. Just California. I like California. I think we should use that term.
We use it in Greek.
Really?
Yeah, Polyphony.
California?
Usually for one voice though. He has a good voice. No? Because it's still voice. I don't know for many. I'll look it up.
Please do. So the latter means that polyphony considers what occurs simultaneously in all the voices, being the marriage between the horizontal and the vertical plane. Yes, that is what basically the sense of polyphonic music is. Yes, it's not just the melodic sense, but when this combined, yes, what happens? Because at the beginning, polyphonic music was considered in the line, but when we superimpose voices, you have what? It was not yet very organized. Yeah? The main differences between the musical expressions between the medieval period and the one in the 15th century are the rhythmic counterpoints, the mensural notation. Yeah, remember it started in Ars Nova, and the simultaneous attacks of the various voices through perfect consonance within a piece. According to Eduardo Keki, of his book Counterpoint and Polyphony, page 602, the 15th century elaborates its discourse from the concordance of simultaneous attacks with perfect and imperfect consonances inherited from the English sonority, the contours and grass. Yeah? The fluid melodic discourse of Italian influence, overlapping of phrases of different lengths. We're going to see everything in these examples. Just please take into account this. Yes, this list. Yes, so a more fluid discourse. Yes, and it started from Italians. Yes, that's for sure. Overlapping phrases of different lengths. So when one started, the other one was still there, and then overlapping. Yes. So when one ended, the other one started. That was the overlapping. The perpetual variation criteria results from the Franco-Flemish school of paraphrase or paraphrasis. And this comes from the Greeks, and I can't remember. Exactly. Yeah, paraphrasis. I think it's a Greek word. Yeah, para. Okay.
Say again?
Paraphrasis.
Like say something with different words.
There you go. Paraphrasis.
Oh, wow. Very
Woo!
good.
Thank you. Meaning an additional manner of expression. The act of paraphrasing is also called paraphrasis. Yes, so it's, but please enlighten me, Georgios.
Well, phrasis is expressing, let's say, or saying para is like different, saying something differently.
There you go. Well, this paraphrasis, yes, is extremely important in the Renaissance period. It started in Renaissance, and we're going to see why. Yeah, the paraphrasis is as a resource of musical variation is a broad notion if we compare it with the modern notions of development. Antecedent, consequent, model, sequence, augmentation, diminution, insertion, expansion, contraction. I mean, yeah, go to the Capel book. Yeah, phrase deviations. You're going to have it. The paraphrasis was used in a much abstract sense. These characteristics aforementioned mean that for the first time we have a pan-European musical discourse. Well, first of all, this was started to be known as Europe in general, because started in the communication and also was favored through the commerce, yes, in the Middle spheres and bourgeois, yeah, and the connection between Europe also brought culture. So it was the first time that actually in whole Europe, music was started to be first of all known. Yes, so that one music in one country was known in another country. Yes, remember the printer. Yes, also helped. Yes, so there were various things that were connected. Yes, a favor. Yes, so we start to see that it was kind of a European, Western European style. It started to be developed. Yes, very slowly. As a final note, the paraphrasis refers to the possibility of temporary expansion of melodic elements. At the same time, the concept of variation that started to be used from the 17th century allows changing the direction and content without altering its meaning. Both notions refer to the horizontal discourse, that is the melodic one. So paraphrasis is, in Renaissance, is a proto-development. Yeah? So the developments as we know today, yes, you have the same element, yeah, but then that element starts to change, yes, but always related to the first one, yes, when you have the 15th of Beethoven, yeah, yeah, everything that happens after that, yes, is new by augmentation, by modal sequence, yes, as we know in composition, as Juan taught you, yeah, but you always refer to the first one. Always. Yes, you never left that meaning. Yes, that model at the beginning. This is, going to tell you something, but I'm going to tell you again, and then it was a kind of proto development, but very um, not take it as the first was as a model. Yes, because there's also it's a concept of linearity that they didn't have. Yes, it was a perpetual variation. Yes, of course, at some point it has to have something to do. Yeah, but it was not it was not conscious. Yes, here when you for example when you're composing theme of variations with one. Now you never never leave the theme. Yes, so everything that you do, yes, is related to one thing. This one no, it was a perpetual process. It was ever changing. Yes, it was evolving. Let's say it's kind of a natural, more organic evolution. Let's say, yeah. Let's see an example. Now, this is a Flemish school. We're going to study more specifically, by the way, yeah, because it's one of the most important schools. Yes, there were several, but the Flemish school, well, uh, for many reasons, yes, but and also they had amazing composer of Landers Glass, who was George Candlecray. Yeah, so we're going to study these guys. Then we have Palestrina, yes, later on. So this is a mass, yes. That, by the way, I don't particularly uh, like the version because it's very slow. Yeah, but this is the only one that had the score. Yeah. So you can, well, there is an imitation. There's imitation, yes, and this the imitation we're going to see it much in depth, of course, yes. So they will start to imitate themselves, as you can see here. Yes, I mean, start to imitate themselves. I would like to see one thing. Yeah, so the imitation also brings a sense of development, one, and linearity and time. Yeah. If you listen to medieval music, you're going to, well, most probably, you're going to perceive that it's kind of timeless. Nothing starts, nothing ends. Here, if you imitate something, you're framing it at least. Yes, and just by the fact that you're repeating something again, yes, that expression is started to be developed, yes, as such. Yes, everything that you repeat, yes, you want the listener to pay more attention. This is one of the main rules in composition. Yeah? Even the framing is different, yeah? Because this also has to do with the form that we know today as ABA, something that repeats, something that comes back. Yes, remember this. It was something that also didn't exist. Yeah. So I would like you to see the fluid musical discourse, because we're going to pay a lot of attention next lesson in how to compose a melody. So next lesson, the assignment will be to compose a melody. You're going to choose a mode that you like, but now more in tune with the rules of the Renaissance. So we're going to start today. So just focus your attention how the flow, yes, the musical discourse. You're not going to have to imitate. Don't worry. The rhythm, as well, one of the main things. Yes, and basically also when I say flow is how they would compensate the skips and lips. There's a huge deal of music, and still today, yeah, we still obey these rules. Yes, that's why they're very important. And as well, how the numbers are related. Yes, so this is this paraphrasis. Yes, so you have several numbers in the mass. You have the Kyrie, you have the Gloria. Yeah, you have several numbers. So each one of them starts in a way that is related to the first. That's kind of the paraphrasis. And this example, the Pangelingua is one of the most famous masses we have the prayer. Yes. I love this. Okay, so this is the first number of the mass. Yeah. By the way, yes, this mass has which is not included here, yes, but also always started with the oh my god, of ecclesiastical, yes, mode first, yeah. That, let's say, all the composition was based on it. I don't know if you remember last time, I think it was last time, where you have the Gregorian chant and then the proper mass, yes. So, but I'm took it out. Yes.
So this one, answer, Is there before that something else? You mean?
Yeah, before this, you have a Gregorian chant that gives birth, let's say, to this. Yeah, absolutely. If you want, for example, and then melodically, yes, that's why Shostakovich was a genius. Yes. Panilingua, yes, Gregorian. Let me see if I can. Let me see this starts. Muy bien, Ad. ¿Sí? Yeah. Hey, they start. It's very rare that they start with the Gregorian.
Oh,
Then you have
nice.
the versions are very important here. Pangelingua. No. Pangelingua. Ah, I think I found it. This one. This is, first of all,
Mi, fa, mi.
there you go. Very good, Georgios. The freaking fa, mi, fa, mi. Yeah, good. So, mode 3. There you go. Yeah. This is what he based upon. This is start of development. Because if you go to, now we're going to see the example, but, where is it? There you go. There you go. So it's paraphrasing. Yes. Again.
Sanguinisque preciosi quem in mundi pretio.
Yeah, and then so this has to do logic. Yes. So he took that, yes, and then he developed this of the whole math based on on the Pangelingua Corpus Christi. Yeah, that's why the mass is called Pangelingua. So things that we can see from the beginning. The flow of the melody. Yeah. What do you think if you just listen to that? I mean, if we try to relate with all the examples that we have seen before, yes, in the Ars Nova, what's the main difference? We just listen to this. I mean, there are no bars, but these bars were added later, just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 bars in tenor. That's what it's freaking. Sorry?
Not so many repeated notes.
Not so really repeated notes. And yes.
Going doesn't stay stable.
First of all, yes, Phrygian because it starts in E, then results on Do, T, yeah. C and A, remember, is one of the main, you have the finales as an C and A, yes, are the recitativo, notes, yes. But something more simple that is so common for us that it might, you might not see it. The beginning and an end. Yeah, it's a phrase. Before they didn't exist. But it's a musical phrase. It didn't exist before. Yeah, that's why I'm saying that those are the differences. Yes, for us it's so common. Like, I mean, come on, musical phrase. I mean, the whole music is based upon that. Before it was not as such. It's so organized. So you have the mode that he knew, the started on the finales, the cadence, let's say, through a beginning tone to the C, B, C. Then you have a very organic, yes, melody in which you start with the E, goes to the climax through an ascending motion, and then restful goes to the C. That asks, for criteria, yeah, a certain criteria. This melody, just this melody, is extremely elaborated. Yeah, it starts, for example, the rhythm. What can you say about the rhythm?
Many values.
Many values, but they're not random.
No.
He started with longer values. Bum, 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 establishing the tonic, yeah, and then he goes to the C, the first note. Remember that the first note that is the recited, yes, note, do, yes, through certain skip of a fourth, step, skip of a third, compensating the melodically by steps. Yes, we have fourth and then third, but then the rest of the intros until the climatic note, which is the highest note, yeah, is the E, one octave above, and then cadence. And then you have long values, shorter, and then so all these criteria is very elaborated. And then, of course, you have the imitation of the voices, which in the imitation, by the way, never it was not a proper. It was not the imitation that we see in the fugues of Bach. That is very strict. It was always the head, we call the head. Yes, if you see the Kiri and the Kiri, yes. Now we started to see also the imitation by a fifth. Yes, E, A, yeah. So the fifth down. We start to see this. That we can see the fugues more strictly. Yeah, it's not exactly the same. Yes, why is not? Because they have to cadence the same place. Well, obviously, if this starts after, you cannot follow the same pattern. But if you listen to the head, let's say, yes, the module, it's fine. And the cadence of one or two voices is the beginning of the other one. That's why this overlapping, yes, and the different phrase lengths, yes. We have overlapping phrases, the fluid melodic discourse of Italian influence, yes. Gisela was not Italian, but he had this influence, yes. And the perpetual variation criteria that we're going to see that is ever, yes, flowing. That is the main characteristics of the Renaissance, yes. And then when you have, well, main cadence, not the main cadence, have the Kyrie eleison, Christe eleison, yes. This is about the word, yes, the lyrics, let's say. Yeah, we're going to see that next week. But here, there. Now, that has something to do very far away, but has something to do with the first Kyrie. So the Kyrie eleison and Christ eleison. Yeah? Is this element. And also the beginning that is lower. Yes, and then you have this element. So it's kind of this is the whole concept of paraphrases in a nutshell. Okay? I mean, it's a very long topic, yeah, but just by an example, yes. So that is mainly it, yes. So it's not exactly the same, but it's telling you something similar, yeah. The next week, the next lesson, we're going to see the relation between the text, yes, and the accents of the text, which is something that is extremely useful even today. Why? If you want to compose a song, and that song has a text, yes, the first thing you have to see is the relation between the accents of the word and the accents of the music. And Renaissance were that people were masters, yes, that masters, yes, because actually they didn't have a proper beat, you know. They have the accent, they follow the accents of the text, yes. And also we're going to go like in deep, yes, of how to the different patterns, yes, of rhythmic and melodic patterns